Hey everybody, this is Mr. Starquist. Just wanted to maybe do just a 2 minute, 3 minute overview, maybe a little bit longer on what's going on with sports in the state of Illinois. So I know there's been a lot of confusion out there, a lot of misleading reports at times, but the reality is that we are moving forward with sports. Some of our fall sports have been moved to different seasons, and we're adapting as an athletic department. But just want to run through what the governor said on Wednesday, as well as the state guidelines that came from the IHSA shortly after, so everybody's on the same page. So what happened was the governor came out around lunchtime on Wednesday and laid out his all sports policy, and this covers all sports policy. This is a youth, high school, middle school initiative that he put out there, and what it does is identify sports in risk areas. So high risk are sports such as football, wrestling, competitive cheer and dance. Medium risk, basketball, we got soccer, volleyball, and low risks, golf, tennis, bass fishing, baseball, softball. So you're laid into three groups: red, high risk; orange, medium risk; and green, low risk. Depending on your risk level, right now you're at a level. So they give you either a level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4. Level 1 means no contact practices and training only. Level 2 is intra-team scrimmages, so inter-squad stuff with parental consent for minors, no competitive play. The level 3 is inter-conference or inter-region competition. So we're in Region 1. We can stay within Region 1 and compete against teams in our region. We can also compete within the NIC 10 conference. And then state and league championship games are for low-risk sports only in level 3. So that means like our golf, girls tennis, baseball, softball, they can participate in state or league championship events. Tournaments, level 4, tournaments are allowed. Out of conference play allowed. Out of region play allowed. And out of state play allowed. And championship games allowed in level 4. So, your high risk and medium risk teams, we need to be in level 4 when our seasons start to participate in a state championship game. So that's kind of a rundown with the governor's stuff. The IHSA, came out with its own stuff as well. And, let me go over that real quick with you. So the IHSA has a different kind of setup, not so much since they're different, but just they've adapted the seasons to fit the governor's policy. So, certain fall sports will not be allowed to happen this fall just because they're a high risk and they're level 1. So as a result, the IHSA calendar has been adjusted. We're going to play shortened seasons, and we're going to play in the fall, winter, spring, and summer. So the fall will start here August 10th, go till about October 24th. We'll start our winter sports in November, go till about February. Our spring sports will start kind of late February and go to May 1. And then our summer sports will start, I believe, middle of May and go till June 26th. State series events for all sports will be determined on a sport-by-sport basis. So right now, the IHSA state series is per sport. Activities that can happen virtually can remain in their traditional seasons. Activities that can't happen virtually have been adjusted. So as you can see right now, we're trying to adjust to those. We've got different sports starting in fall. I should say in different seasons, such as spring that traditionally are in the fall, such as football and others. So right now in the fall, August 10th, October 24th, boys, girls golf, girls tennis, boys, girls cross country, and girls swimming and diving are allowed to move forward. Football, girls volleyball, and boys soccer have been moved to spring 2021. So we're still going to have to follow guidelines, groups of 50 or less. Competition should be in the COVID region or within our conference. We look at certain events like cross country and swimming. Those are very tight sports at times. Cross country eventually, runs out, but that starting line in cross country is very tight. And swimming, you typically tight facilities with more than 2 teams there. So these are all things we're going to have to look at as a conference. So the next sport up will be winter. Winter will start November 16th and go till February 13th. That consists of boys and girls basketball, wrestling, boys swimming and diving, competitive cheerleading, competitive dance, boys and girls bowling, and girls gymnastics. So contests can begin on November 30th within our region or within our conference, and schools are limited to 2 contests per week and no tournaments or events of more than 3 teams. So spectator and group gatherings are subject to Illinois Department of Health guidelines during this time. So as a hosting school, we will abide by those rules, and our fans will too, and spectators. And it'll be very, very clear. And if we do have issues, we'll address them as they arise. State series right now is to be determined in the winter. So those are our fall and winter sports. We'll move on to spring sports as we get closer to them. If you need this information or would like to do your own research and check up on it, we'll attach links here as part of this video being distributed to both the governor's all sports policy and the IHSA return to activities 1.0. So once again, Bucks, let's be flexible. Let's be like water. Let's be fluid. Let's adapt. Let's be able to change with the times, communicate well. But most importantly, all of these decisions are made out of a place of respect for health. I respect our governor's decision. I respect our state's decision, the Illinois High School Association, because they're doing it to keep us healthy and keep us safe. And so we respect that at Belvedere High School, even though some people may have differences. We have to respect that it's about health and move forward. So we'll continue to have empathy in our department. We'll empathize with the fact that our kids are working, that are maybe spending more time with their families and helping their families out. We'll do everything we can to make sure that as we go through this process that we're thinking about the welfare of our kids, not just on the fields or on the courts, but also in their minds and their bodies. So once again, have a great one. Stay safe and healthy. Tonight we'll have our virtual meeting released about 7:30 p.m. So tune in for that. But just want to give a quick update on where sports are right now, the truth behind what's been released, so that everybody's on the same page. If you have more questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to myself or Mrs. Cordray in the athletic office, and go Bucks.